morning, everybody. Tom here with Pernstar Motorsports. Today, I'm going to talk to you about mounting tires and doing it completely manually, but doing it right without causing any harm to your wheels or the tires. We're going to have a couple different segments. First off will be why a manual tire changer. Then the next step would be what all do you need to actually use this thing correctly. Then I'll walk you through a step-by-step how-to of how you actually operate this. Lastly, to answer the question of, well, how long does it take, we're going to change a tire, do a time lapse, and then we'll know how long it takes me to unmount and mount a complete wheel. Why do I bother going with a manual tire changer instead of a machine? For one, of course, there's the cost. eBay machines are like $1,000 and they need a lot of infrastructure. The whole bed of your truck is just going to be dedicated to mounting tires. First off, what you're going to want to buy, it's just fairly obvious, is the tire changer itself. Of course, at Harbor Freight, you're going to want to have a couple of pieces of either rubber floor mat, anti-fatigue mat, something to that extent. It's got to be something fairly dense, something rubbery, that will add traction and protect your wheels. You're also going to want to have a couple of pieces of wood. Valve core removal tool, a ratchet strap. Then here, this is what I call the sanity preservation device. It's, just a little bungee cord. This is a Nomar Tire Bar. This little puppy here is, I've looked at probably 30 different tire irons and bars, and this seems to be where it's at, So I opted to purchase one of these, and this costs significantly more than the tire machine itself because this is $150. But what you get is you get a tire bar that has, there are steel pins in all of these nylon ends that actually give it the structural integrity it needs, but they are nylon, and this is what's going to be contacting your rims. So this is the ingredient to make all this happening scratch free. These people must be allergic to financial gains because they choose to market this exclusively for motorcycles. You also get some lube. It works fabulously. So it comes with a little spray bottle where you just dilute some of this with water and the actual paste. Now we're up at the point where I'm going to walk you step by step through the unmounting and mounting process. This is the actual bead breaker. This never actually touches your rim. This only touches the tire. What does touch the rim is this section down here. So you want to just have a slab of your anti-fatigue mat. Just put something down there to protect your rim from the sharp edges. You want to cut something that looks roughly like this out of a floor mat and put it over top. What's really key for this to function is that it's mounted in a stable fashion. Find a spot, mount it correctly. This is the anti-rotation pin. This goes through one of your lug holes on the wheel. This is the actual tool that comes with it to hold it down, and this is just basically bar stock welded to a piece of tube, all sharp edges. So yeah, this is where 90% of your scratches will come from if you don't use the proper precautions and put some type of rubber between the tool and your wheel. And then also I put like wood scraps, and I put these discs that work out super well under each of these points to not cut through the rubber that you're using. First step, remove the actual core with your removal tool. You either put the valve at the, from my perspective right now, 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And with a wheel like this, it's not going to make a difference. But if you have a TPMS sensor in there, you don't want to be trying and beat the tire right over top of that. That could backfire on you. Okay, so as you can see here, sanity preservation device is in place, and this is actually holding the bead breaker up. If you don't have a bungee cord on there, you need 3 hands to actually hold that up all the time while you're manipulating the tire. Step on the opposite side, push down, boop, goes the bead. Pick up and rotate the tire. Spot right there. Oh, that was easy peasy. Front face, obviously, very critical that you got that fatigue mat or else you're gonna put some gnarly scratches in there. So now what you have is a deflated and debeaded tire. Up next, we're gonna get the wheel up on the machine, and then it's hard to see that in the video, I guess, but the anti-rotation pin has to go through one of your lug holes. First, put on the rubber to protect the rim finish. Then you space out your wood scraps. Then that little torture device goes on, and then you secure the whole thing down. Again, the objective here is for this to be nice and sturdy. Time for the tire mounting bar. A little bit more lube. So this contraption, not sure how well this will show up, but if you flip this 90 degrees, it'll either be ground flat or have these beads on it. So first thing you do, you chap this in here behind the tire, then you rotate it, and then you pull up and over. And now that tire can off. Whee! Repeat that process for the inside shoulder. Just gotta pull it away, lift this up, get this in between the tire, edge of the rim, pull up a little, rotate it, and ta-da! On the side that's up, you want to lubricate the inside of the tire. On the side that's facing down, you want to basically just lubricate this edge. Good helping of the grease. You put that on the inside of the top. So I'm going to do this inside edge. Again, good slab of grease. Put it on the drop center. Here she goes. Bottom shoulder, or the inner shoulder in this case, you just push onto the tire, and this goes relatively easy. What I did here is I used the ratchet strap to basically secure the tire to the wheel through the spokes. This end of the bar is going to be used for that task, and the way this works is the rim is going to be sitting over top of these little nubbies, and the tire is going to be sitting below it, and you rotate it around the post. So I have found that it seems to be favorable to put a little bit of lube onto these nibbles, and then you start by inserting the tool between the tire and the rim. There she goes. And you want to have this pushed down, okay? And now you'll see, as I rotate that bar around, the tire is gonna want to rotate. But because of this ratchet strap, it couldn't. Any second now. 13. Boom! So I'm gonna put the valve core back in. There you have it, 100% manually mounted tire. Now on to the time lapse. Let's see how long it takes me to do this, right? Tires successfully mounted. Hope you find this video helpful. Shows you how the machine works and all that. It's a bit of a workout. You're gonna sweat. I can guarantee you that, especially with the humidity like it is today. Alrighty, until next time, guys. Have a good one.